Welcome guys. Today I'm going to show you how to do a squat. Now, seems simple enough, and for a lot of you I'm sure this is something you already know, but for a few of you it may not be, or you may even learn a few tips to make your squats better. So let's get started. Before we get into the actual movement pattern of the squat, let's just quickly talk about what's involved. So we have three joints: our ankle, knee, and hip. And then, of course, our major muscle groups. We have our calves, of course, our quads, our hamstrings are involved as well, and our glutes, okay? Let's go back to the joints for a sec. So I'm gonna turn sideways so you can see that right now I'm standing with pretty good posture, okay? My shoulders are stacked over my hips, over knees, over ankles. I'm gonna bring just a soft bend to my knees. Loosen up a little bit because we wanna be stable but not stiff. So say we have those three joints. We're to start in the middle, which no one would start in the middle for anything else if we're connecting three dots, but you know, we're gonna do that because a lot of people bend their knees first in a squat, okay? And that's not in fact where the squat starts. If we bend our knees in the squat first, starting at the middle joint, okay, so my hips are staying stacked over my ankles, but my knees are bending, so they're moving forward, they're traveling forward, and all of a sudden we feel like we get stuck. And we feel like we get stuck because we lose all the flexion in our ankle really, really quick. So what happens, so this angle here, we cannot bring our shin closer to the top of our foot. Like this is as far as it goes, okay? About 45 degrees or so. So come on back up. Let's start at the top, our hips, okay? So what if we hinged a little bit, just a tiny little bit, and then bent our knees? Look how low we can go. Now, you don't have to go that low. Maybe you only came down halfway, but hopefully you felt like you had more space. So it's all about the hinge, guys. The squat starts way up here, and that gives us way more room in our ankles to keep bending our knees to go down closer to the ground. So if we start here, okay, I'm gonna start to bend my knees, but my knees are kind of staying more forward now, or they're not going they're not traveling more forward than my toes. And the flexion in my ankle is, you know, just almost, it's close to 90 degrees, but not quite. That's your squat. When you're coming up to stand, we're kind of pressing through more of the back half of our foot so that the posterior chain of muscles gets involved. So our calves, hamstrings, glutes. Okay, of course, our quads are involved. But that's it, guys. Hinge first.